my first attempt at completing the Money Grinder race for 500,000 credits using the Nissan GT-R 2017. I did a few practice races with other cars, and I didn't get very good results. But with this car, and apparently I get a clean race bonus, maybe 825,000. Clean race bonus. There you go. You don't need a special car to do this race, really. I mean, the special car would definitely help in reducing the amount of time spent on the race, but it's a pretty easy race. I'm gonna go through the replay. How do I change view? Just change car. There we go. And why can't I get details? There we go. Capture thumbnail, replay options, display all. Okay. And how do we get this to go away? There we go. Can I change? I get ports map. I can't change the fuel map, but I'm at maximum fuel map right now at the power level 1, which is the most power. I chose this GT-R specifically because for the mods that I already had on it, it was very heavy. And because it's already very heavy, when I put on extra ballast, it makes it more heavy, which I can then increase the horsepower because the weight reduces the performance points rating. And this track specifically needs horsepower. After the replay, I'll get into the setup of the car. I've already shown a video of the setup of this car, but it's a little bit different for this race, just to get the performance points at 600 with the sports hard tires. This is going to be a pretty long video. Maybe I can just skip ahead. Nope, wrong button. Can skip a lap. So it's a little sloppy there. The rest of the race is fairly clean. There's another place to hit the wall somewhere. I'll just skip ahead, another lap. Not much has changed. I'm just passing cars, maximum horsepower. Right. And oh, wrong button again. Skip a lap. Same thing. Pass more cars. I'm in 5th. I really need that extra like 2 or 3 miles per hour on this race. Again, that's the reason why I chose the GT-R, because I can get more horsepower out of it for the performance points. And yeah, the race starts out wet and then it dries up over time. And it's starting to dry out by this 3rd lap. Skip ahead. What's happening now? Now I think I've started fuel saving. I'm in 3rd position. There's a big gap between cars. I'm not going to catch up to them. I just wanted to get through the traffic so that I wouldn't have any impedances through the slow sections, which the AI is capable of holding me up at. I mean, they have the special AI that they've shown in advertisements, but they haven't implemented it for these races. But the AI are going slow through these slow sections, so I need to pass them as soon as possible. And I got to 3rd on the 4th lap, and let's see what's going on next lap. Now I'm in power mode, what's it, lean mode 6. I'm just burning out laps with no traffic, just trying to wait for that pit strategy. Skip ahead. A car has caught up to me, and some of the cars have gotten in the pits. Still in 3rd. do I pit? I haven't pit yet. I don't want to skip the pit, so I'm going to watch the rest of the section of the race. I think I pit on the 8th lap. Completely unnecessary. I could have pit on this lap. It might have been beneficial to pit on this lap. When it's full wet, it's the lift for this turn, but when it's dry, it's flat out. Power saving, let's do early lifts. Lift and coast all the way to the brake zone here. And they're very slow in this section, so I can actually gain time on them with the lift and coast. Kyle Engineer's channel does a video about lift and coast and fuel savings in racing, and how it's the optimum way of saving fuel apart from the fuel mix ratio. Like I said, I could have pit that past lap, so I didn't need to save as much fuel as I did. But that just means that this race can be even easier than it was this time around. If I just pit, use a little bit more fuel, and then pit earlier, and then stay on a higher mix ratio for the rest of the race. That's my fuel lap. I think I pit this lap, definitely pit this lap. Looking at the fuel level to the right, in the bottom right. Do I pit this lap? I pit on the 8th lap. Okay, I guess we're watching another lap. So you can save a lot of fuel depending on the mix ratio, especially this is at 4 times fuel consumption or something like that. So I could have hit that lap. I should have hit that lap. I should have hit it maybe even a lap earlier. But I didn't want to be in traffic, so. So I'm not skipping ahead just because I want to see the pit and the resulting loss of positions. I don't know why I did the shifting thing there. I was trying to change my fuel mix ratio to 1 to get the maximum power out of the turn, but that is doing that weird coordination thing where I can't do 2 things at once. I started just shifting up the gears. No tire change, just leave it as they are. The tire wear is not that bad. Looks like a pretty dangerous pit lane for the pit crews. Anyway, come out in 4th place, and I just put the fuel mix back up to fuel mix 1 for maximum power. Now I can skip ahead. Still in 4th. A couple more laps. And they were fuel savings because they pit earlier, so they're going real slow. So the pass is done pretty easy, and I think I hit the wall here. I didn't need to brake that late, I already made the pass. So I'm in 2nd position. I'll just watch the last 2 laps maybe. No, I'll just wait for the pass here, and then it's a pretty much clear last lap. A little bump from the guy behind. I don't want to get past in this section because this is where I make up all my time against the AI. Because these guys up front, they're running, I don't know what they're running, but they have more top speed than me on the straights, both of them. The RX-7 in the back and the other GTR in front. So I need to pass them here and try to pull a gap. I'll just change the view for a bit. Maybe I can get a good thumbnail. That's the livery I'm running. Nyanners. Natasha Nyanners livery. I downloaded the decals off of the showcase area and just made a skin, or a livery. So as you can see, they caught up to me on this straight, and I was pretty confident that on this last lap they weren't going to be able to keep up with me through the tight section. Again, I just pit in, at a point where I could run full maximum fuel ratio through the rest of the race. So I think a full tank lasts about 4 laps. 4 and some more. Maybe 5 laps or something like that. The approximation is, it says like cruising or something, and it says around 6. but I don't know how that translates to maximum pace. So you could probably pit around the fifth or sixth lap. No, not fifth. The sixth or seventh lap, and go flat out through the rest of the race. But like I said, it's pretty easy. It's not like it's a challenge. I don't need to use the tomahawk, honestly. It's a bit overkill. Let's see. Can I show the settings from here? I don't know if you can hear that. I think there's like gardeners or something somewhere. They're doing something. Oh, the settings. Okay. So that's pretty decent. That's more money than I've had in a while. Anyway, I'm gonna go to the garage and show the settings. Let's see what I get with my 1-star ticket first. Is there anything good? I like the car. I already have it though. Little money. The tiny money, the smallest money. Okay, car settings. So these are the car settings and the modifications that I have on the car. I don't have any power modifications apart from the ones to the right. Let's see, racing air filter, intercooler, anti-lag. Do you have a turbo? Normal turbo. A racing clutch flywheel. And then weight reduction. So if I had a different car, I mean this is a good car. The GTR is really good. A little bit slow on acceleration is mostly because of the weight, I guess. But I get any car that is that heavy is going to be pretty slow on acceleration. But anyway, if I had a different car that weighed more, maybe a heavier Porsche, I'd probably use a Porsche. And it's just really convenient that it's 4-wheel drive though, for the wet weather. And these are the springs, and so the trick here is obviously reducing the downforce to, this is a minimum front and minimum rear, and then increasing the ballast to maximum so you can get more horsepower, and then also raising the ride height. Is that if I just change this to minimum ride height, you can see I'm at 613 now on the performance points. And I go back to 130. 130, back down to 599. So I mean, it has a little less cornering performance, but that's what we're trying to achieve. So it can get more horsepower, and maybe I can increase the ride height a little bit more than it is and get even more horsepower. But I don't really need to, honestly. This might be too much ride height. I don't know. But that's that. Till the next one.